Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to make a classic chocolate brownie. Can you bake it? Let's bake a delicious American dessert together in our home kitchen. You are ready? I promise you won't be able to leave your plate of this dessert alone. This classic American chocolate brownie recipe with chocolate crunchy icing has a well-deserved place among my favorite desserts and cakes that I make in my kitchen. Let's bake chocolate hazelnut brownie together today. You only need 40 to 50 minutes. The classic American brownie has one important difference from other types of chocolate muffins and cakes. On the top crust of brownies after baking, a kind of sugar skin always forms. This is the result of preparing a dough of high viscosity with a low level of moisture, in which sugar is well dissolved. Therefore, if you ordered a brownie in a cafe and found that it does not have a sugar skin, then you can argue that it is a fake. As a rule, a fake is a hard biscuit with a lot of cocoa. It's not tasty at all, but maybe you have more pleasant memories of this American chocolate dessert after visiting your favorite cafe or pastry shop. In any case, I will be glad if you share your story in the comments. Well, let's get started. First of all, let's prepare a warm mixture of dark chocolate and butter. I want to make a point here. It is dark chocolate that guarantees the taste of a real classic brownie, so be sure to use real dark chocolate, not cocoa powder. Cocoa powder has a pronounced taste of beans, it is not very pleasant. I will melt the chocolate and butter in a bain-marie. Add this mixture to the brownie biscuit dough slightly warm. Now I will knead the biscuit dough for the classic brownie. I first separated the whites from the yolks to beat them with sugar separately. But if you are in a hurry, you cannot separate the whites and yolks, but use a powerful mixer to beat. First, I beat the warm egg whites with a pinch of salt, then add half the sugar in 3 steps for a classic chocolate brownie recipe. Proteins should be whipped to soft peaks. Next, I will beat the yolks. Here the matter is somewhat simpler. I will add the remaining sugar to the yolks in small portions while whipping so that the yolks do not exfoliate. Third step. I add egg whites to beaten yolks with sugar. I will do this in 3 stages and will gently knead the mixture so that the whites do not settle. Now I will mix the chocolate and butter with the eggs. Then I'll add the sifted flour and baking powder. I'll do that in 3 stages too. Finally, the last step. Add vanilla and walnuts. I use chopped walnuts in this recipe. I love it. You can use different types of nuts, pecans, hazelnuts, peanuts. Choose what you like. The dough for the classic chocolate brownie is ready. I will spread it evenly on the baking dish. The baking dish should be lined with baking paper. Baking temperature 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Brownie baking time 30 minutes. Once the brownie is done, let it cool down a bit. Best served warm. This classic brownie has an excellent chocolate flavor. I usually do this, but not at this time. I want the taste of this American dessert to be even more refined. Therefore, I prepared chocolate crunchy icing in advance. You will find the glaze recipe on my channel. It can be done quite easily and quickly. Now I will evenly spread the chocolate icing on the surface of the brownie using a plastic spatula. The finished dessert should be placed in the refrigerator for 5 to 8 hours so that the glaze hardens, and preferably overnight. The classic chocolate brownie with crunchy chocolate icing is ready. Look how delicious it looks. Before serving the dessert, I cut off its edges with a sharp knife so that the dessert was more accurate. Now I will cut it into rectangular pieces. Make the size 5 by 2 centimeters. Time to enjoy! You will find a detailed step-by-step recipe for a classic chocolate brownie with nuts, as well as a recipe for crispy chocolate icing, in the description below this video. I want to say that it is incredibly delicious. Be sure to bake such a brownie for the weekend and treat your friends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share this recipe on social media. I will be very grateful. Bye bye, see you soon.